my gorgeous plant people, welcome back to Rooting Mindfully. My name is Yana, and today we are going to organize my plant collection, and I think I've torn some things up. So let's get into it. Alright guys, so today I have finally decided to just go ahead and reorganize my plant collection. So as you guys know, I did a declutter, I think it was a week or so ago, and I just needed to get rid of some plants that just weren't doing well in my collection, or that I just wasn't loving at the current time. And so I asked you guys in that video if you wanted to see me reorganize my plant collection slash pull some things together, and you guys said you were interested, so here is the video. But let me tell you already that you guys are going to be shocked at what I've done so far. I'm kind of shocked at what I've done so far. So I'm going to try to get as much footage as I can with organizing. I do have a lot of bigger plants and I'm organizing by myself, so it might be hard for me to get everything so that you guys can see. But I'm going to try to get everything in the footage. If not, I'm going to try to explain my thought process, and yeah, let's get into it. It's looking crazy right now, but it's going to come together. Alright guys, so here's the first section. Basically I'm just going to go section by section and just organize my plants, prune any plants back that need to be pruned, and we're going to do it like that. So basically I'm just going to take this first section, I'm just going to go ahead and do some vacuuming and maybe mopping just to get any dirt off the floor, and just take this time to go ahead and clean out the area, and then we're going to go start rearranging plants, so stay tuned. Alright, so in this first section, all the window plants are the same. What I did was I brought my Aglaonema over here because this is a lower light area. I just wanted to have a lower light plant over there because my Tetraspermum was over here, and I just felt like that plant wasn't really happy there. And I did use the method of, you know, clipping my lights onto the plant pot, so I think that's working really well. And having the Aglaonema here just makes this area look more lush. So I really like how this turned out, how everything is just kind of like filled in, and it's kind of giving me like a botanic garden kind of feel. I love that like filled in look. So I basically just put in some filler plants. These are the filler plants, low light plants because it's a low light area, like I said. More filler plants as you see with the Syndapsis. And then as we come over here, it's a couple higher light plants. So there's my Adansonii, my Anthurium clarinervium, and my Philodendron varicosum, melanochrysum cross with my Atabapoense. So when you're filling in different areas, you just want to make sure that you have a mix of low and highlight plants if that's what you're going for, as well as different heights, textures, and growth patterns. I find that growth pattern really helps fill in the area. So if you have some climbing plants, you just want to make sure you fill that out with plants that are, you know, more bushy. Like these, this will be a trailing plant, so that will look nice coming down. So that's the tip for this area, just to make it look more lush. And I think it really looks good if you can see that. But that's what that area looks like. Alright guys, welcome back to the organization mania. So it is day 2 and I wanted to get this all done in one day, but that just was not going to happen. My back was on fire yesterday, and that was after doing like 2.5 areas. So we just had to do this like in a 2-parter because my back is still it's still bothering me. But this is what happens when you have a lot of plants and you like to rearrange them. But it's worth it because let me tell you, I have fallen in love with my collection all over again. But anyway, I'm going to show you what I have done so far and just try to give you some explanation as to why I have arranged my plants in the way I have done it. So let's get into it. And then if we come over here, I pretty much did the same thing. I moved my tetrasperm over here. I think it'll be much happier. Here's my Thai constellation with the new leaf coming in, so that's going to be a nice beautiful plant. I put my other anthurium over here just for a different texture and color here. And then I actually moved my alocasias down here just because the Sandsy light was really burning them. As you can see right there, it was really burning them where they were. So I figured if I just move them down here but still have them under the Sandsy light, it should be okay. I moved my tree fern just to have some other textures, and I moved my rubber tree, my Taneki over here, just because it did put off a new leaf where it was in my room. But as you can see, the leaf is really small, so I'm hoping that putting it under my Sandsy light will really increase more growth. Here's my elbow, which is giving me a little bit of pop of color just to kind of play off of this cream color here. And then of course we have my statement plant, which is my philodendron McDowell. I did move my other Aglaonema over here just because this space is low light and I just wanted to fill in this corner here. So I think that really looks nice. It's kind of like as you're walking into this area, it makes me feel like I'm walking into a botanical garden, if that makes sense. I don't know. I moved my golden dragon over here as well as my philodendron ring of fire. I just feel like under the Sandsy light it'll do much better because this last leaf is a little bit stretched compared to these. So I'm hoping that it'll do well under the Sandsy light. Oh, as well as I did take out the Sandsy light that was there. I just felt like it was too many Sandsy lights between this one, and that one. I kind of wanted to space them out. And I don't mind having this light here. As you can see, I also fixed that onto the other plant pot, but I just felt like it was too many Sandy lights, as well as I want to incorporate my Sandy light in other areas of my home, just because I do want more Sandy lights, but I don't want them all to be in one area, if that makes sense. Like I want to spread out the wealth because they are really nice lights. And then, can y'all see what I did? Do you see what I did? Yes, I chopped my Monstera all the way back in. I love it. I have fallen in love with this plant all over again. So this is all cuttings. I chopped it all the way back. These are all cuttings. And actually, this is a good hack if you want to propagate your plant but you don't want to show that you're propagating it. Look what I did. So I was propagating in this bucket that I bought from Lowe's, and then I just stuck the bucket in the pot. So you can't even really tell that it's propagating in water because I'm obviously hiding it. But yes, guys, I love this. This is what I wanted with my Monstera. I wanted it to be nice and full, and so starting this plant over is really going to give me that look that I'm going for. And I'm so in love with this. Like this whole process of, you know, rearranging my plants just has made me fall in love with my collection all over again. As you can see, it's a whole other look, and I'm really loving it. Oh yeah, and also my Monstera Peru was here. It's no longer there. I chopped it all up. I'm starting that one over because I want it to be bushy. And I chopped up my Stanleyana, which used to be here. I love how this is looking. I love nice full plants. I like a nice full area. And this is just the look that I'm going for from here on out. So my barrier burrow marks is here. This is the look that I'm kind of going for with my other Stanleyana. I want full plants, so this is what I'm going for. And everything's the same here, except for I moved my snake plant. I moved this kind of back a little bit. I put my fern here, my mammy. I'm going to work on this mammy. That's my next project, is to work on my trouble plants. And my varicosum, this plant just got a drink of water. It was really flimsy, but now it's doing a lot better. And actually the varicosums don't need as much light as people give them, because if you give them too much light, this is what happens. They chlorinate. So I'm giving this plant a break from so much light because the leaves are supposed to be dark like this. So this one was getting way too much light, so I'm giving it a bit of a break. And then I put my Hoya here because obviously I have a difficult time remembering to water it. So I figure if I put it on, you know, eye level or whatever, I'll actually remember. But this one I'm actually thinking about chopping up. I'm going to work on this plant. This is going to be one of my troubleshooters that I'm going to work on. But I am just in that mood. Like, I love my collection all over again. I chopped this again because you remember it had that long stem. So I chopped it. It's propagating. I'm going to stick it back in there and it's going to be nice and full. Oh, and before we move on, I got this new hygrometer from Vivosun, and this thing is amazing. As you can see, it's touchscreen. You can turn the light on if you like Fahrenheit or Celsius. That's nice. But the thing I like about this one is that you can see the maximum and the minimum, so you can see when your temperature goes up and down, but you can also see when your humidity goes up and down. So what I like about this is that I can tell when my humidity is the highest that my plants have been watered. When my humidity is a little bit lower, I know that I need to go around and look at my plants to see if they need to be watered. So I really like this because it also helps me to know that my plants need watering. So you can check this out on Amazon. I'm going to link it down, but I really like this. And the thing, what I was going to do is I was going to have this one in my room and this one out here. But then this one just died, and I really just don't feel like getting another battery for it because it's not a typical battery. But it's a good thing I just happened to get this one, that they just happened to send me this one, because now this one's dead. So I want to link this one so you guys can see it. And I also want to show you the shears that I use to cut back my plants, because they are amazing shears. And you actually get a 2-pack for the same price, so it's a really good thing. Also, I got this from Vivosun, and this is just a really nice planter stand. You can get ones like these at like Marshall's or TJ Maxx, but it comes with the pot. I just wanted the stand, and I really like how this looks. It's really nice, and it's super sturdy. It comes with the little the feet at the bottom so you don't scratch up your floor, and all you had to do is put in 1 screw. This is such a nice stand. I think I'm going to get a couple more actually, because there's some plants that I would like to raise up just to have varying heights. So I think I might get a couple more of these stands, but I want to link those as well, because I think I might want to raise this plant up, if not my Plowmania that's in my bedroom. So yeah, let's stand back. This is the new area, and guys, I love it. I love it. Don't mind my film equipment. This looks so good. Let's go to the bedroom. I still have to rearrange that, so you'll see me do that. Also, these are the last 2 things that I got from Vivosun. I use this to do all my pruning, and these are amazing. My mom has a pair of these, and I think hers are the Fisker brand, but these are really nice. And this was actually a 2-pack, so I actually got this for the same price that my mom paid for just her one, like this one. So this was a great deal if you want to go on Vivosun, and I'll link it down at the bottom. But I use this to cut all my monsteras, even the big monstera, which if I had been paying attention, I would have used this one, the bigger one. But this one worked just as well, and these are just amazing. These are nice shears to have in your collection, a nice, good pair of shears, because I was using scissors before, and I wouldn't recommend using scissors. I mean, you can if you have to, but I was also using those scissors for crafting things and opening mail and random things, and you really want to use something more sterile and just for your plants. So that's why I was so excited to get these, and I just want to thank Vivosun so much for sending me these shears, the plant stand, and the hygrometer. So I highly recommend these items. You guys know I only recommend things that I like, so these are those. Alright guys, so this is what we have going on in this area. I'm not totally happy with this one, but I think I like it for the most part. I just tried to balance the different sides. I have this dark green plant, so I tried to balance it with some lighter green, or dark green. So I tried to balance it with some lighter greens. I also threw in a bit of pink, as you can see with the ruby and the aglaonema. and we have some white up here. So I tried to balance out the different colors, and I think it just looks off because I have this one big rubber tree, and then obviously my rubber tree right here is kind of small, but this is what we have so far, and it looks a lot better. I just had to change this area because I was doing my Tybo and at-home workouts, and I kept kicking my plants and the humidifier, so I just had to change this up, and I think I'm liking this better. I moved my philodendron white ghost because I think it was just getting too much light under the Sandy, so I wanted to have it under the Sandy but not so close. And I'm hoping that moving it farther from the light will also get me some greener leaves, because as you can see I still have white leaves. So I'm hoping that moving it farther will give me some green leaves so that way the plant can sustain itself. And I'm hoping my Birkin likes it better here as well. But this is what we have, like I said, and let me show you what I did over in the other area, because I kind of like this. So I moved my pedatum over here. I changed my meditation cushion because I really wasn't meditating in this area. So it's kind of like another walk-in kind of area. But so my Silverado is still here. I was going to put it there, but it's too wide and it comes out too far from the wall. So I put it back here. My pedatum's there. Again, I clipped the light on the pot because the ledge is too narrow for it to clip there. So if you have an issue where you don't have things to clip, surfaces to clip your lights on, you can just always clip them onto the pot. That works well. And so it lights this plant as well as kind of the whole area. And because this is a lower light area, I put mostly syngoniums over here. So for some interest, I put my erythrophyllum down here just for some dark foliage. I put my syngonium pink splash just for a little pop of color. My syngonium auretum just because it is full and has some height. So I have my snake plant, but I like this area. I like the color, the pop of color. I like the height that I'm getting, the lower plants on the bottom. And I just like how you kind of just like go into the area, if that makes sense. Like if I could sit in there and that would be pretty relaxing. So yeah, that's what my room is starting to look like. So that's that area. And I moved my aglaonema here, my other cushion there, sage stage over there, and I'm liking this. And so now I could put plants here if I wanted to, because there's a couple plants that I have been thinking about that I might make a video on because they're not on my wish list, but I've been thinking about them, and I might have to make a video on it to see what you guys think. But yeah. Oh, and the other thing is I just put my snake plant that I rescued from Lowe's that came in with the rubber trees, my sparkling Sarah and my other Syndapsis, and that's what that area looks like. So yeah, this is looking pretty good. That's that angle. Ooh, I love this. See, this is what happens when you refresh your area without buying plants. All right, so one more look at the areas. We have reorganized, we have decluttered, and this is what it's looking like. So let me guys know in the comment section what you think about this. If you guys are into reorganizing and decluttering your plant collection, because honestly, I really feel like I have fallen in love with my plant collection all over again, and I'm just so excited. I'm so happy because I was feeling really down about my plants and about other things, and this just made me so happy. So I'm so excited. The other thing is now I can see if I can add other plants to my collection, and if I really have room. So this also helps. Also, this is a great way of refreshing your collection without buying plants. So I can also do a video on that as well, as if you guys want to have some tips and tricks on that kind of thing. But yeah, this is what we have, and I'm loving it. So yeah, comment down below if you guys are going to reorganize or declutter, and if you aren't, what's holding you back. But as always, I just want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.